So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the potential for the new chapter to come into Dead by Daylight and what the original chapter could entail. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is going to be one of my last videos before I go on my final vacation, and then we're back, we're ready for the grind, and we're going to be having a lot of fun making a lot of videos. For those of you guys that don't know, it is the brand new chapter hype season. I know, it's pretty crazy. We seem to just receive Pinhead and all the mid-chapter information, and now we're back into it, ready for the next chapter to come into the game. In case you haven't known already, there is a high chance that the next chapter is going to be original based upon leaks. So in today's video, we're going to speculate on what the frontrunners could be for original chapters. Before we jump on into today's video, today we actually have a sponsor, and today's sponsor is Ace Defender. Ace Defender is a high-quality SRPG masterpiece combining authentic turn-based RPG battle with tower defense elements. The game has a traditional RPG storyline solo player with 40+ chapters with nearly 2,000 levels. A rebellion in Dragon Clan threatens the balance of good and evil in the world. Our heroine, the Silver Dragon Princess, escaped with the Creation Crystal to the human lands. There, she awoke the Creation Crystal and summoned heroes to fight evil with your help. There's a total of 5 hero factions: the Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, and Light, with deep hero background stories. Starting with 48 heroes, there are 2 new heroes released every 2 weeks that you can level up, combined with other heroes and equip gear to create a powerful lineup. The gameplay is actually really unique as well. There's a 1, 2 times, or 4 time gameplay mode to speed up or slow down interactions. There's also the amazing solo mode, not to mention the PvE and the PvP modes where you can explore dungeons and regions, or you can fight against other players across different servers in the King's Arena. And if you are a newcomer to the game, new users who download the game from the link will get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing level 2 to 8. You can use the tickets by clicking Sky City, going to the tavern, and recruiting 10 times. So what are you guys waiting for? Click on the link in the description right now and check out Ace Defender. As you know, sponsors really help out the channel as well, so it would mean a lot to me. And again, a big thank you to Ace Defender for sponsoring this video. And with that being said, folks, we can talk about the frontrunners for the next chapter. And I know what you might be thinking, it's really difficult to speculate on an original chapter, but we've done it before. We've called original chapters correctly in the past, such as the Oni and even the Clown. So we have a good record, and we're going to toss our hat in the ring again and try it out to see if we can get this year's chapter correct. So let's start off with the first theory. The first one that's currently going on is the vampire or Dracula to come into Dead by Daylight. We've made a video covering this, talking about it before we knew that Pinhead was coming into the game, speculating that if it was an original chapter, chances are we could get a vampire killer. In case you aren't aware of that theory, simply put, in the archives, we're getting a lot of cutscenes of the Observer going around, and we can actually see him going to a castle where he sees what resembles Dracula sipping some blood. We also see a lot of bats flying around, and it made a lot of sense. This sparked a lot of discussions, and we even had some amazing fan-made creations that we read right here on the channel talking about what a character like that would look like in the game. It was really damn awesome. And this does make a lot of sense. If you remember correctly, the Blight came out the same exact way. They were teased in this Halloween type of event, and eventually they moved forward and came in to be one of the killers in Dead by Daylight. So this kind of concept is not too far-fetched, and DBD has been known to do things like this in the past, so bringing in a vampire killer could make a lot of sense. Not only that, but a vampire is huge in the sense of horror. We haven't really seen a lot of these classical type of killers, but we have seen folklore killers come into the game, such as the Oni, so it does make sense that along the lines we could see a vampire or some iteration of the vampire. We recently seen a witch in Michaela, going back a little bit more to some of the stereotypes with their own little twist, so it could make sense that we could see a vampire or a werewolf or something along the lines of these mythological creatures coming into the game, and it would be quite awesome. So the next thing on our list is a spider killer. I know, it's pretty crazy. People have been asking for this for such a long time, having a killer walking on all fours going around, but if they do bring in a spider killer just because of the rigs and how they're set up, I don't think they're going to go along the routes of walking on all fours. Now, big shout out to Tudin. He actually made a fantastic video covering this, and he put this theory well together, so I encourage you guys to check it out. Link will be in the description. And I've just been spammed with this theory as well so much times, but it also takes place in the archives itself with the Observer. If you haven't been keeping up, pretty much we see the Observer going on these random adventures, going into different worlds, different universes, and in one of these, we actually see him killing a giant spider. There then is a continuation of this story where he goes and sees a even more monstrous type of spider that actually looks like it's standing up and actually has some hands, and it has big fangs and a lot of eyes, and it makes a lot of sense as something like that could come into the game, as it's more humanoid than it is actually like a monster spider type creature. And again, Dead by Daylight have done this in the past, so it does make sense that something like this could come into the future. With so many people always wanting a spider type of killer coming into the game, it could make a lot of sense for them to finally bring something like that into the game. They've definitely experimented a little bit more with some of their more monstrous type of killers. Obviously, with the Demogorgon and Nemesis coming into the game, we've seen the ceiling being pushed more and more, obviously still humanoids with their legs and their arms, etc. So bringing in a spider ferocious type of killer could make a lot of sense, and for the gore aspect, they're probably going to knock it out of the park as they always do. Just look at the Blight. It does make sense to bring something as monstrous as that into the game. Now, I know a lot of people also have a big fear of spiders, but the same can be said with the Clown. And I remember a long time ago when everyone was talking about the Clown coming into the game, and when we were making our theory saying that a Clown was coming to the game, everyone pretty much shot it down, saying that the devs said that they would never bring a Clown into the game because it feeds on real phobias and fears, but we still ended up getting a Clown in DBD. So maybe a spider coming into the game is not that far-fetched. We could see it coming in the future one of these days. But in my eyes, those are the two front runners for what an original chapter can be. Now, obviously, it's really difficult to predict an original chapter, so who knows what it actually is going to be. According to leaks, we are probably going to be getting the PTB here in a few weeks on Tuesday, November the 9th, which means as early as next week, we can start seeing some teases for the new chapter coming into the game, and hopefully we do get a new map and things along the lines of that. So make sure you guys are indeed subscribed to the channel to keep updated with all of the Dead by Daylight news and information. Again, a big thank you to today's sponsors. Make sure you check them out as well. The link will be in the description. And as always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.